Hello everyone and welcome yet again for another Total Warcast. I'm your host Daily, reporting almost live from Snowy Tops, Norway, and this is episode 23 of season 2 of the Total Warcast. Today is quite special in many ways. One of them is that Gunny is now official co-host of the Total Warcast. He's part of the content staff and is under me in the Total Warcast. Yes, slave work. I'm gonna use the whip on you. No, I'm just joking. I won't. But it's really nice to actually have someone to throw ideas off of. Also, the biggest news today is that we have Daniu.
Good morning.
Your cue. Yes, there we are. Daniu's here for we're gonna do interview with him regarding the modding summit and all that. We'll hop right into that in a few seconds. But I want to do a quick introduction. So yeah, let's see. Yes, well, Daniu, well, we've finally gotten around to doing this episode, but I would really want you to, introduce yourself and, who are you? And, well, you don't have to tell everything, but a little introduction to yourself would be nice.
Yeah, well, the reason I've been invited to this cast, I suppose, is that I've been attending the modding summit that CA hosted some days ago. And yeah, the reason I was invited is because I've been maintaining the pack file manager for Shogun 2, which is basically the main mod tool that we had before the official mod tools were released right now. So I don't want to get ahead of that, but yeah. So that's what I've been doing. I'm not a modder myself, really. I've just modded some really minor things about the game. But yeah, I'm a computer programmer by profession, so that's why I took care of the pack file manager when I realized that it wasn't maintained by the original people anymore.
Ah, wow, cool. So where are you from?
I'm from Germany, and I live here as well.
You live in the United Kingdom?
No, Germany.
Okay, you live in Germany. Okay, so you came from all the way from Germany to attend the modding summit.
Yes, I was flown in, so CA paid me the airline ticket, and I did have to take a day off because it was on a Wednesday. But yeah, I was pondering whether I would gonna do that, but then obviously decided that I would go for it because it was quite a unique thing to do.
Yeah, quite. I'm hugely jealous of you right now. So yeah, cool. Yes, let's go into. Yeah, actually, we had ideas of having Mitch on for the. Mitch on for this episode, but sadly he has been very busy in private life, and we decided just to go ahead on without him. We'll probably have him on later, so we can probably talk to him about that later. Yeah. Also, a little shout out before we start on the question for Daniel is that content is actually looking for people. The content which I'm part of, Total Warcast, Eagle Standard, all that good stuff. We are looking for more people, writers, workers, whatever. If you want to join the glory, approach me or whoever of the content directors or omnipotent, whatever. If you feel that you can attribute in either image editing, writing stuff, or even here on Total Warcast,
worker bees.
Yeah. Yes, let's move into the questions. So I'm gonna start off first. We actually dealt with that first question. Could you tell a little bit about yourself? I guess Gunny.
Moving right along.
Yes.
When you got your invite to the modding summit, what was your first reaction?
I wasn't too sure whether I was a person to go there really, because the thing is, well, like I said, I wasn't really a hardcore modder for the Total War games, so I was actually dubious whether I would be the right person to attend. But then like I said, I was thinking to and fro, and then realized, well, I have some technical knowledge that might go in hand later on, so I decided to go.
Yeah, okay. But wasn't the modding summit? Wasn't that basically for wasn't that basically for tool makers? It didn't seem that they for all of the hardcore modders. It didn't seem that they invited all of that. It was more of backdrop people who work on tools and such that was invited.
Well, I had the impression later on that it was like that, because Tor was there, and he's writing the most of the other tools that are available right now. But I think it wasn't intended that way. Actually, Craig told me that they had invited a lot of more people to attend, but most of them just couldn't make it because probably of the day of the week. So
Yeah.
I don't think it was meant to be that way. It just turned out like that. So
Yeah. Like, okay, let's do you have any prior modding history?
No, not at all. I don't even play mods. I've been looking into the Third Age Total War for Medieval 2, but that's basically about it. I patch my games, and that's really all I do with modding.
Okay.
But what other sort of things do you do with the Total War series?
How do you mean?
If I recall correctly, you used to make a lot of videos.
Oh yeah, I've been doing videos since Empire. When Empire started, I started going into the multiplayer aspect of that. So I did start a channel there with commentation videos, which sort of started off at that time at the what's it called? Prince of Macedon started it before, and then basically there was a wave of video makers, and I did that for Napoleon as well, but then in Shogun I realized that the styles of video that I got used to didn't work out that well with the engine, with the gameplay. So I sort of stopped, and because I use so much time now to write for the pack file manager, I don't really have time to even play the game really, actually.
I remember actually starting out on the Total War Shogun 2 general discussion forums. Right, it was before release or something, I think. And that was about the same time I started the Total Warcast, so I actually remember you starting up. You posted a thread there at least, with your channel and all, so I watched a couple of those videos. It was cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, a long time ago. Time flies.
Now, moving along, in the future of Total War, I'm curious, how do you feel like modding Total War will be in the future after you've seen all of this stuff that CA plans on doing?
Well, I hope that they maintain this tool set that they gave us to go ahead with Rome 2. I think it's not being used that much right now because the modders are used to the old tools that we provide right now. But I must say that even if they keep using the pack file manager for their modding, it's going to be a huge. It has a huge impact that these tools were released because they allowed me to understand much more deeply how the data flow is working. So, and I do think that even though Rome 2 is going to be technically much superior to what we have right now, I mean they showed us the trailer in the gameplay videos in the summit. It was really amazing, but I think the general structure will remain, and I hope that they provide modding tools again. Just even if we decide to do our own tools, it's gonna help a lot. So I think modding will be a huge thing again in Rome. Not as much in Shogun 2 right now. I think the Empire scene is a bit larger still, but I think we'll catch up eventually.
Cool. So, do you think these tools will affect the communities of the older TW games in some sort of action? You say that a little bit right now, but like in a positive or negative way, anyhow.
Oh, definitely positive. I mean, like I said, they supported me in writing the tools or in correcting errors that we still had in our configuration files. So I think all of the database files are now identified and the values are correct and the descriptions are correct. So there's not so many errors you can make while modding. So yes, it's having a huge impact already, I think.
That's what we've been waiting for since, forever.
Yeah, they might have chosen a bit. I mean, they might have been better off releasing them earlier, obviously. But I mean, you have to realize that it's been an investment for them to actually do that. Not only the summit, but also to write the tools. So yeah, we have to respect them for what they did there.
Yeah, because CA has no obligation to actually release modules.
Yeah, exactly.
Next question. Is there anything else that you really would have liked to have come out of the modding summit, or did it just sort of go well and above and beyond anything that you could have expected?
Above and beyond. It was really funny because there was like the first after the introduction round. The first thing that they told us was, well, the expectations were like, well, we would like to have Steam support, Steam Workshop support, and we would like a unit editor, and we would like a campaign map editor, and we would like description of all the files, and then they came up and we'll release workshop support, and we'll release modding tools, and we'll release unit editor, and everybody was really dumbfounded and was like, what are we hearing here? What are we even doing here still? I mean, hilarious. We would like to get a hold of those modding tools, right?
It would be hilarious. Just kidding.
Exactly.
I think they would have been putting themselves in some severe danger if they had brought all those guys there just to do that.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah.
Going on, do you think that the whole Steam Workshop stuff will make a lot of the work that I know that you did and that some of your fellow toolmakers did defunct, and you see that as being a really good thing?
No, it's really a good thing. I mean, like I said, the configuration files that had still problems, even. I mean, I managed to fix a lot of mistakes just looking at the tools. So the workshop itself, it's not really part of that because it's just a release mechanism, and it has a problem that I think mod sizes are limited to 100 megabytes. So that's, well, people have to cut down their mods already, like Radius, and I'm not sure Darth mod is out as well. I don't know how large that was. But I mean, the workshop is just a great thing to have to be able to make your stuff public to the to the general public.
So a follow-up question: Are you afraid, like me, that the Steam Workshop will drive people away from unofficial fan sites like our very own TW Center?
No, not really, because I think the communication that we have established in TWC. I don't think there's going to be obsolete by the workshop. I mean, people are still gonna want feedback on their mods, and people are still gonna provide ideas. And this is only possible on a forum. Really, you can't have that over the workshop. I mean, you have those comments, but that's not structured enough to provide proper feedback, I think.
So maybe we actually get more and more of a traffic towards TWC when we see that so many of the modders are situated there, maybe on the Steam Workshop.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. I mean, all the mods have links, I think, to the TWC. So even people who are not aware of the site probably see those links and will definitely follow them if they realize that they can read up and give feedback there.
That would actually be quite great.
Out of curiosity, what are your personal future plans regarding modding in the Total War series?
Well, basically, I only started the pack file manager maintenance because out of fun, really, and I don't see myself stopping it anytime soon. I mean, yeah, I'll be working on it until further notice. Really, I have some people joining in sometime, so I hope they get used to the code as well. But personally, I mean, I'm not going to go deeper into modding because it's really time consuming, and so is coding. So I'll stick with with what I can do, and that's coding right now. And yeah, let's hope that that'll support some of the modders to provide great content, I guess.
Go on.
No, they probably will. So, like, already we've seen. Well, I have very high hopes for the modding future. Go on. Sorry for interrupting you.
And going on into the future, are you looking forward to Rome 2 Total War now even more, or were you just as excited as before the summer?
Oh, even more, because I mean the presentation they had on that was really incredible. I mean the graphics was unbelievable. I was staring in disbelief. The water graphics were amazing. All the functionality. I mean there were graffitis on the wall, and the map was huge. Not so much from a modding standpoint, but just from a game's point of view, I guess.
You're really looking forward to it. Think it's going to live up to the expectations set by Rome 1?
From what I saw, yes.
Yeah, I know it's a bit early to make those sort of assumptions, but that definitely sounds promising, though.
What's their flaming pigs?
I don't know about flaming pigs, actually. I think they were talking about unusual units, but they weren't going into details because it's obviously still in development. So let's see if we see them.
They need to make that
I never
DLC.
used them in the original, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. It's still fun, like Naked Fanatics.
I'd pay for a Flaming Pig DLC.
I love the war dogs, though.
Yeah, the war dogs I used. Damn.
Hunt down the peasants!
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Fun. Great fun.
Now, if I am to understand, it was on a Wednesday, and Wednesdays are Ice Cream Wednesday at Creative Assembly, right?
Yeah.
Just as a last sort of question, what kind of ice cream did you have?
A strawberry cream ice cream.
That's like that sounds like a perfect workplace where you have like Ice Cream Wednesdays. That's just that word in itself. My God, Ice Cream Wednesdays.
Oh, there was a working, sort of a perfect working workplace all by itself. Really, I mean, people were really exciting about the things that they were doing, and the atmosphere was great. I mean, you could tell that they were living the gamer's dream of being able to, do something, work on something they basically grew up with.
So you didn't. So basically, at Creative Assembly, you felt that there was a collection of people that actually love the Total War series. They actually love what they're doing, and they actually care about the game series as we do.
Yes, definitely. I mean, there was a prevalent feeling all along. They were excited about Total War and about gaming in general. Really, I have to say, this is. Everybody was talking about other games as well, and they were going, well, and if you go to a games fair, the whole atmosphere is different, because usually you're in like you have people that you don't want to be successful, but you love their stuff so much, so everybody is going, oh, I love your game, oh, I love your game too, oh, I'm your biggest fan, this kind of thing. So they were really exciting about the whole thing.
Yeah, cool. Even though they're competitors, they're still gamers, so they can't really be negative.
Exactly.
Yeah. Actually, we are actually out of questions. I have one last one, which is basically one of the Total Warcast tradition. I just wonder, what is your favorite beer?
I think that would be Pilsner Urquell for bottled beer. I'm not sure about draft beers.
Okay, so Pilsner basically, the light type. But you don't have any special type brewery?
Well, Pilsner is a brewery. This is like the original Pilsner Urquell.
Ah, yeah. Well, you Germans love your beer, so.
I do.
Yeah. Thank you, Daniu, for actually spending a little time with us. It was about time we did this, and we don't actually have any more questions for you. Is there anything you want to say at last? Do you think that, or do you think we covered most of the ground that we should cover?
No, I can't think of anything. Let's just say thanks for having me, And yeah, if you don't have any more questions, I'll just leave you guys to it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming on, and have a nice evening.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Goodbye.
User disconnected from your channel.
Oh yes, user disconnected from this channel. So Gunny, just you and me. Indeed. So moving on. This is actually the first time. Is this no? Actually, we've had one episode before where you joined in the middle of the episode. But
Near the end.
Near the end. But other than that, there's never been someone who left. So it was sad. I would like to have Daniu on here for more, but as he said that yeah, it's a shame. But as he said that he had never listened to a Warcast before, and he didn't really know what he could contribute here. So I completely understand him. And who wants to then spend several hours with us?
Well,
that was just sad. Yes. Do you wanted to do a forum frenzy today? Wasn't that correct?
I was just asking if you had anything planned.
Well, all in forum frenzy. Well, it's not really a forum frenzy when there's like thousands of threads on the Rome 2 general discussion that we can talk about, but one of them that's kind of made me angry. Well, there's a lot of threads that make me angry, very angry, like super angry, but there's one that really dumbfounded me a little bit, and that's the people who want all of the units in Rome 2 to speak their native language.
It's a bit tough. Especially considering most of the languages are completely dead. But,
yeah, and you will never recreate, even though they talk Italian, in the Romans talk Italian, it will that's not the original language, and same with olden languages, and that's one of the things that's really they talk English, American English. Yeah, well, what do you want? Do you want? It sounds like something.
If they completely talk in their native language, we wouldn't have the wonder that is shame for display.
Shame for display. We sail for glory. We sail for glory.
I am only looking forward to what will come out of Rome 2, of that same sort of.
Oh my god, I hope to god we will have all the dialects. You have Arabian, and you have the most stereotypical, and they're gonna go to India as well, all the way to India. So you're gonna have like the whole range of accents stretching, American accents stretching. That would be great, You can make a montage or something.
I look forward to it greatly.
Yeah, but as something that you should think about, if you still think, even though I think you're wrong, if you believe that it should be a native tongue or have different languages, you should also think about the fact that they are gonna add a lot more voice people talking in battle. For example, there's gonna be reaction. For example, if your legionnaires are being flanked, they will actually voice concern in the ranks, and you can, when you go down, you can actually hear them, voice stuff like that. That's something Jack Lesson said that they're gonna try to implement and such. That's let me see if I can find that post.
What is Latin for holy crap?
I don't know. You tell me. Yeah, exactly, like Latin for carp. So that's one of the when I heard that, if they're gonna do it, if they actually succeed doing that, I think it would be nice to actually understand what they're saying.
I remember in Napoleon Total War they have the voice stuff. Like every now and then, if you zoom in on a British unit, you can hear some poor guy saying, "I'm scared, Sarge," something like that. If you zoom in on a German unit, you hear them talking in German.
But that would actually be
definitely.
That's okay, in that. I remember, the Swedish talking Swedish was hilarious because, he, well, you got kind of tired of it after, the 100th time he said it, but, ja, frågar eller vad fan ska det vara? It's funny, but that's alright, when you move the units or stuff like that, but when it comes to exactly, all of the interaction and stuff like that, I think it would be very hard. And as when you're dealing with Europe, which is such a diverse area, not only Europe, but you're going to deal with Asia as well, some of Asia. It's going to be impossible. So
yeah, I'd rather them putting their resources and money into stuff that's a lot more
visible.
Yes, visible. Because really,
pathfinding.
It's really not going to make much of a difference, at least to me, if the and probably most of the Total War fan base, if the Gauls are speaking in some long dead dialect.
It would be quite funny, there's probably one person on the globe that actually speaks it or something.
And that also brings up the point of where does it become too much? I mean, you have these guys speaking in it, why not just completely change the all of the UI so that if you're playing as Rome, all of everything, all of the writing, all of the speaking is in Latin. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, so that's one of the things that have annoyed me on the forums lately. Well, actually, there's a lot more, but I let's see.
On a nicer note on the forums, the Illustrator
yes,
edition has been released.
Okay, if you haven't gone and read it, you go in there and do it right now. And also, gonna tell them, if people don't know what the Illustrator is, tell them what the Illustrator is.
The Illustrator is basically the arts publication. It showcases a lot of the competitions, a lot of the awesome stuff that's been done in the arts.
Screenshots, tutorials.
And it gives, that they oftentimes have a texture, like they have a freebie of the month texture for texturing models or background images, stuff like that. It's pretty neat. This month's is by Emperor of Hell.
Yeah.
And of course they have a nice little tutorial. It's lots of neat stuff for the artists.
And it's also done by hugely creative and talented people. So the work they put into it, it's quite impressive.
It shows.
It shows. Yeah. So check it out, support them, and since we're on the talk of content, like I said in the beginning, kind of missed some of my notes, but content staff, which is the branch of the total on TW Center that we belong to. Gonna just rejoined us, and I have been in now for how long have I been? 1 year?
Probably.
A little bit over a year, which is basically the guys who make all the publications for the for TW Center. For example, the Eagle Standard, the Total Warcast, the TWN.
Yes, it's got a lot of stuff. It has there's the TWC wiki, which has information on just about every single mod that's ever been released on Total War Center. There's the video maker headquarters, so that they make videos for the mods, so people can contact the head of the video staff and ask them for help with making the video, and generally they can help provide.
Yeah, so basically, if you ever seen a trailer of Third Age Total War, it's probably been made by one of you guys in that. You have Master Big AB and Naxul, for example, which is basically, but there's a lot of more people. So if you do stuff like this on or you like to write, you have Photoshop, you do stuff like that, or you are a video maker, or the Total Work is kind of we can't have 10 people doing the Total Warcast, but still it's
There's also the scriptorium headed by Hader, and they put together all of the articles that were written on TWC, and they also run the scriptorium rating competition.
Yeah.
And of course, the Total War Center Twitter, follow it at TW Center. That's run by Dan the Man. So there's a lot of different areas in content staff, and if you're at all interested in giving back to the site, helping contribute, doing something that you love, contact one of the directors of the area that you're interested in.
Yeah. Or contact any of the directors. Doesn't matter. They'll direct you towards the person you should talk to. And we're all open-minded and friendly people. Well, some of us.
With one notable exception, Daily.
Yeah, Daily, be nice. No, I can't. It's not allowed. Yeah, nah, but it's we're gonna do a little bit of headhunting because you can never. Well, you can't get enough of people, but the problem is that we do this free. We don't get anything out of it except reputation and a praise from people. So a lot of the time you won't be able to participate that much because you have real life problems coming up and stuff. For example, with the Warcast, suddenly I can't do it for 2 weeks because every weekend I'm busy or I have stuff in the week, and that's a little bit of a problem when it comes to keeping content continually coming out. And that's why we need more people, so we can actually give more content and improve the site. We do this out of passion, and we really want to do the best, make TWC a better site. So, yeah. Well, enough ranting. Should we do we have any more forum frenzy, or should we just move into the tavern?
Just one more quick tidbit. If you're fans of the Radius mod series, that's one of the first large mods to have gone live on the Steam Workshop. So check it out. It's neat, and it includes, a step forward in the new era of modding that we're entering into. That's on the Steam Workshop.
Yeah, new era. Yes. I remember not a couple of years ago, but when I started out with the Total Warcast, and a couple of episodes in, we started talking about modding again, and being very negative towards modding, and I see I will never do this and that, and now we see that they have embraced modding a little bit, at least they're trying. So they have redeemed themselves a little bit in my eyes. It's really good, really good. Anyhow, let's move into the tavern, where the maidens are big-bosomed and the flagons are full. I'm not sure if I talked about this, but in the last Warcast, I can't remember, but at least, how long is it since we did the last Warcast? Well, I'm not sure.
2 weeks, I believe.
2 weeks. Well, then I had to actually quit my job, I think. Yes, I don't know if I can't remember if I talked about it, but I quit my job. I don't want to go into detail. Well, I can go a little bit into detail. It was bad workplace, bad boss, awesome people, and I got the offer to become a to-call substitute teacher. So yeah, so that's why I actually can I can sit up all night now if I want to. I don't though. I still get up at 7 in the morning and exercise and all that, but I have had a couple of evenings where I sat up with Gunny. Isn't that right?
Yes, indeed.
And I hate myself the next day for it.
Yeah. Don't come on screaming, "I am death."
But I am. It's not. It's like I'm just stating facts here. Anyhow, I just now want to extend a personal congratulations to you, Gunny, for joining the fold once again.
Thank you.
Yes, Gunny is, as I've said at the start of the video, he's actually part of the Total Warcast crew. Actually, we're actually a crew now. Before it was just me, and Gunny was a guest, but now actually he can call himself a co-host and a writer for the Total Warcast. So, well, here's to us, Gunny. If we had beers, we would skull, as we say.
Well, I'm still not old enough to drink, so.
Well, you're old enough here, so you have to get your ass to Norway and. Well, quick question: have you ever been drunk before?
Huh?
Have you ever been drunk before?
No.
Oh my god, dude! You gotta be excited for the first time. You're gonna be so hungover you don't even know where to stand.
Only a few more years.
Yeah, a few more years. Yes, actually, it was a very short tavern. I don't actually have anything else.
How is your beer going?
It's going quite well. The thing is that I've let it stand now for 4 or 5 months, just sitting in like the cold room in my house, where in the basement, and all the yeast has actually gone down to the bottom of the big can which I'm brewing this in, and I poured it over into a casserole and put it into my freezer. And then when it's actually quite alright, because when I drank it before, it was really a little bit of it has a very strong yeast flavor, but that's actually almost gone. It's still, to be honest, it's still not good. I would rather prefer drink or like proper beer from a licensed brewery, but when you made it yourself and it costs like 3 kroners per half liter, you don't really care.
You're gonna have to send Daniu a little bit.
Yeah, I think he would probably, yeah.
Wonder why you're trying to poison him?
Yeah, he just, what is this, you bastard? No, but, yeah, it's actually turned out to be quite a small success, so it's nice when I sit here and a Friday night and I don't have anything to drink and I want to get just a small, you get a little bit tipsy, so it's nice. Yeah, I sound like a goddamn alcoholic now, and but yeah. Yeah. Also, what games have you been playing lately, Gunny?
Mostly NW. Lots of adminning on US1.
I bet you're the guy who just you don't give people warning, you just ban them.
No. I'm nicer than that. I just sort of. Like there's some pretty strict rules in place. People just seem to not want to.
Because NW attracts the most stupid, retarded people there is on the planet. God, if you ever played Napoleonic Wars on the public servers, you have never seen stupidity in true form until you went on one of the public servers. Oh my God!
I'm at the forefront of combating that silliness now.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
It's driving me crazy. Anyway, lots of NW, lots of Star Trek Online.
You're such a Star Trek fan. I don't get it.
Star Trek Online is quite a bit of fun. It's favorite MMO.
It probably is. It probably is. Well, I've been playing Dwarf Fortress actually these days. Also, I've actually been working a little bit on. I actually bought Prison Architect Alpha. Yeah, I know, but I'm Norwegian. I have money, so shoot me. And I actually have a Gamers Gazette article I'm working on. If you don't know, Gamers Gazette is the new one of the new publications for the content stuff, which is basically other games. There's reviews and previews and whatever, and I'm working on an article there. So just watch out for that on the 1st. I think it's gonna be it's in quite a while, but and I'm gonna do a lot of other articles. So watch out for that.
Indeed.
Yeah. Playing Dwarf Fortress. I have played. Actually, I've played a lot of alone lately. I haven't played so much multiplayer. I don't know, maybe I'm just tired of people. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's been a lot alone. And I've gotten into Dwarf Fortress, which is a lot of fun when you first learn it. Have you played it before?
No, I haven't.
You missed out, man. Very. You should get into it. Yes, but actually, I think we're done. Are we done? Do you feel we're done?
Yeah, I think that's just about it.
How long have we been talking?
A little less than an hour, like 40 minutes.
Oh my God, then we have to hurry. We usually try to do it under 50 minutes. Well, I try to do it under 50 minutes, but when I was just ranting and people have probably stopped listening to us by now.
Probably.
Yeah, if you have not, I want to thank you for listening to this Total Warcast. It's episode 23, so we're nearing 30. I want to do 30 before Christmas.
Falling in a season.
Yeah. So, and actually I'm quite happy. We've I'm gonna try to do a lot more, but the problem is, real life takes up with you, and suddenly, 2 weeks have gone. I have plans. I am actually now preparing stuff for the next Warcast, so there are actually stuff coming up that will be interesting. It will be interesting.
And hopefully we can get a special with interview with Mitch.
Yeah,
at some point in time.
Yeah, but Mitch is in my black book at this point.
Oh,
Responding traitor, huh? Here I'm giving him an official invitation to the Total Warcast, and he just Nah, I'm just joking. Nah, he's welcome anytime. But we just had to. I really wanted to do the Warcast now because it's been a while since the modding summit, and yeah, we had time now. So Mitch will get his 15 minutes of glory. Gunny?
Indeed.
Okay, you're still there. Good.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I have this problem with my internet on TeamSpeak is that I suddenly everything goes black. I talk to myself for 2 minutes. But hello, people, hello, and then I disconnect and just damn it. Good. Have you ever muted your mic before? So you talk to yourself. Oh, yes. Oh, that's. But why isn't people responding to me? Are people ignoring me? And then you find out that you muted your mic and you talk to yourself for 30 minutes. Oh god, the pain. Yeah, but that's it, guys. I'm not gonna hold you here any longer. I hope you enjoy your whatever it is, your day, evening, morning, whatsoever, and keep your eye out for the next episode. We're gonna do a fairly quickly. It's gonna probably be in 1.5 weeks, and then next weekend after the ones coming now. And I won't hold any promises, but we're certainly gonna try our best. So thank you for listening, and I was Daily reporting, well, almost live from Snowtops, Norway, and joining me was Gunny.